I saw my husband's name in the obituary section of the newspaper, but I didn't put it there. I remember standing in my kitchen that morning, holding a cup of coffee when I froze. My hands shook, and the coffee spilled onto the floor, but I didn't even notice. There it was, his full name, his date of birth, the town we both grew up in. It said he had died in a car accident, just 2 days before. The only problem? My husband had kissed me goodbye just last week, and then vanished. At first I thought it was a mistake, a horrible coincidence. Someone with the same name, same age. But as I read on, my heart sank. It mentioned our daughter, my name, the name of his workplace. All of it matched. I didn't understand. Was it real? If it was, why hadn't the police contacted me? Why hadn't anyone come to tell me he was gone? I dialed his number, even though I'd already tried multiple times over the last few days. As expected, it rang once, then went to voicemail. I left a message this time. Michael, if this is some kind of joke, please just call me back. I'm scared. I was scared, not just confused or sad or angry. I was genuinely terrified. Because this didn't feel like death. This felt like a plan. Let me take you back to the beginning. Michael and I had been married for 7 years. We met at a bookstore of all places. He smiled when he saw me struggling to reach a book on the top shelf. Classic romantic comedy move, right? Only it wasn't love at first sight. I thought he was annoying. But he was persistent, kind. He listened, and little by little, I fell. We got married in a small ceremony. Nothing fancy, just our families and a few close friends. The first few years were magical. We traveled, we laughed, we made plans. And when we had our daughter Amelia, it felt like the world had opened up just for us. But something started changing after year 5. Michael became quieter. He started working late more often. He was always on his phone, always texting someone. When I asked who it was, he'd just say, "Work stuff." I noticed the small things first. The way he would take his phone into the bathroom. How he started putting passwords on apps he never used to care about. One night I found him awake at 2 a.m., sitting on the edge of the bed, staring at the wall. I asked him if he was okay. He said he was just stressed. That work was hard. That life was a lot sometimes. I believed him, because that's what you do when you love someone. You give them the benefit of the doubt. But now I know better. Back to the obituary. After I saw it, I called the funeral home listed in the paper. The man who answered sounded unsure when I asked about the arrangements. He said someone had booked a private cremation, no viewing, no guests. He gave me the number of the person who made the arrangements. I recognized the number instantly. It was Michael's old college roommate, Dave. I hadn't seen Dave in years. They weren't even that close anymore. Why would he be the one to organize Michael's funeral? I called Dave. He didn't pick up. I sent him a message. I know. Please talk to me. An hour later, my phone rang. His voice was low, nervous. "You weren't supposed to find out," he said. "Find out what, Dave?" I asked, barely holding it together. He paused, then said the words that would break everything I thought I knew. "Michael's not dead. He just needed to disappear." At first, I couldn't breathe. My chest tightened. I thought I was going to pass out. Disappear from what? From me? From his daughter? Dave went quiet again, then finally admitted it. Michael was in debt. Deep. Gambling mostly. And not the kind you walk away from. He owed people money. Dangerous people. He didn't tell me because he didn't want to drag me down with him. So, his brilliant idea? Stage his own death. Vanish. Start over. He left me. He left his child. And he didn't even have the courage to say goodbye. For days, I didn't eat. I didn't sleep. I stared at the last photo we took together, just before his death. He was smiling. He looked so normal, so happy. But how long had he been planning this? How much of our life had been a lie? People always say you'll know a person when you marry them. That love is enough. But here's what I've learned. People only show you the parts of themselves they want you to see. And love is not always enough to stop someone from being a coward. I eventually told our daughter the truth, in pieces. I said Daddy was gone, that he couldn't come back, that we would be okay, because I had to believe it. Then, 3 months after his death, I got a letter. It didn't have a return address, just my name on the front in his handwriting. Inside, it was short. I'm sorry. I couldn't be the man you needed. I thought leaving would protect you. I didn't realize it would destroy you instead. Tell Amelia I love her. Tell her I'm sorry. Michael. I sat there holding that letter, crying so hard I thought I'd break. But I didn't. I stood up. I looked in the mirror. And I made a promise that I would never let anyone else decide the course of my life ever again. You know what hurts the most? It's not that he left. It's that he took my choice away. He made decisions for me, without me, and tried to convince himself it was love. Love doesn't lie. Love doesn't run. Love doesn't fake a funeral and call it protection. So, to anyone listening to this, if you're in a relationship where things feel off, where the person you love starts becoming a stranger, please don't ignore it. Ask the hard questions. Confront the silence. Sometimes, silence screams louder than words. I rebuilt my life. It wasn't easy. Therapy, new routines, new everything. But I'm stronger now. Not because I wanted to be, but because I had no other choice. Michael's ghost still lingers, not because he died, but because he chose to disappear. And every time I tell this story, I hope someone out there learns what I had to learn the hard way. Sometimes love doesn't disappear, it hides. And when it does, you have to decide whether to keep searching or start healing. I chose healing, and I hope you will too.